All right, we are now joined by Ty Dillon, driver of the number 3 Wesco Chevrolet in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Ty, it's the last race in the round of 12 for the NASCAR Xfinity Series. What's your plan heading into this weekend as you hope to advance to the round of 8?
Our plan is to keep our momentum rolling. We've had good speed the last two races. Kentucky obviously didn't end the way we wanted to, but we had good speed. We were running inside the top 5 all race, led some laps, and then Dover we had a really good race car, was able to drive from last to second. So if we just continue on our path and the momentum that we've had, and I think our biggest focus is just finish the race and do what we've been doing all year, and we'll be sitting in a really, really good spot to make it to the next round. It's all about just executing and letting the cards fall where they fall.
All right, we'll go ahead and open it up to questions. If you have a question, please raise your hand. We'll start with Kelly Crandall.
Kelly Crandall from NBC Sports. Ty, you came into this year and you said in January that you kind of had a championship or bust mentality. You've looked at the last couple years and kind of developed more of a hardened attitude with the close calls and the truck championship last year. You felt like Dover cost you the Xfinity title. With being on the outside looking in going into tomorrow, how aggressive will you be? How will that attitude carry you into tomorrow?
I think with the situation we're in this round, just knowing the people that we're racing for to get to that next spot, I don't think we'll have to be overly aggressive or do anything out of the norm. I don't think this is the time or situation for that. I think if we just execute a good race and don't overexert ourselves and do stuff that we don't normally do, we don't have to worry about doing anything like that. I think we can just race our way in with the speed that we've had all year compared to the guys that were racing. So it's all about us just having a solid race this weekend. But I think if you get to the next round when it gets a little bit tougher and you got cars that you're racing against are guys that you're actually racing on the track against more than usual, or more than most, you might have to take some things into your own hand if you're in a situation like we are. But hopefully when we make it to the next round, that when the reset comes, we'll be not having to worry about that.
Do you still have that attitude?
Definitely. Yeah, I mean, that attitude's never really changed for me. That's been my attitude since I started racing. I want to win championships. That's what you're known for in the sport for the most, and winning races, winning championships. Unfortunately, we haven't won any races yet, but we're still in the championship hunt. So we're getting better as a team. We're growing in momentum, and as the year winds down, it gets tougher and tougher. Hopefully we do too.
Additional questions for Ty. We'll go to Kenny Bruce and then Jessica.
Kenny Bruce with NASCAR.com. Ty, can you just put like where you're at in points and all the stuff that's going on around that? Can you just pretty much blank that out and not pay attention to that kind of stuff, or is that something that because people mention it and you're asked about it or you hear people talking about it, is that something that's kind of in the background all the time?
I'd be lying to you if I haven't been thinking about it. It's winning a championship means the world to me, and that's what I want to do. So being outside coming into a cutoff race, you're obviously thinking about it, thinking about the situation, but I've been able to distract myself pretty good. My wife's running the Better Half Dash, so I've been over here practicing with her. My family, her family flew in this week, and 4 little nephews are here, so we're getting to hang out with them, and it's been fun kind of keeping my mind off of this, and hopefully we leave here Friday and we're all happy we're on to the next round and we're going to hang out with them and continue to enjoy the ride.
All right, we'll go to Jessica.
Jessica Ruffin with NASCAR.com. You were just talking about how Haley's competing in the Better Half Dash today. How much advice have you given her for the race today?
I've been spotting for her, and luckily she's awesome. She's a good listener. She doesn't mind listening to me help her, and she actually likes it. So, but she's pretty dang good, and I'm having more fun just watching her race. And I didn't get to watch. She raced when she was younger, and I never got to watch that. So it's kind of cool to see her out there, and she's been doing a good job. And I don't know if I'm more nervous for the cutoff race or for her race today. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
All right, we'll go to Woody and then Chris Knight.
Woody came with MRN.com. Ty, you've been through this several times before in terms of where you practice in the day and then race at night. Now you've got weather to keep in the back of your mind as well. Can you just describe the process of how you go through trying to take a swing at that and guess what you're going to have to face when you practice in different conditions and maybe race in another?
Yeah, I just got done having that conversation about 10 seconds ago with my crew chief before I walked over here. Depending on the weather, we don't know whether if we're going to race the race at the regular time at night or if we're going to do it in the morning. Saturday morning is a possibility. It just all depends. So that determines how we do these next practices. When we start this next practice, if we're going to put extra focus on the first one or the second one, depending on where we think that it's going to be day or night. I don't think anybody knows, and nobody really knows what's going to happen with the hurricane. So we're just going to emphasize on making sure we know what the car's doing in every situation, and we always seem to be very prepared and ready for anything that comes at us.
All right, Chris Knight.
Chris Knight, GetTrends.com. Ty, your brother has had to fight his way into the second round in the Sprint Cup chase, and now you're finding yourself fighting your way to get into the second round as well. Have you guys been able to talk to one another and bounce ideas, or just keep each other energetic and motivated?
Well, it's definitely motivating to see him get to the next round. Being that they were the outside in, I think his situation was pretty tough too to rebound from where they were. We're both kind of fighting from different positions, and our team has had good speed to where we should have. We felt like barring no mistakes or things happen like they did at Kentucky, we should have been able to advance through this round pretty quick. So now we were kind of fighting from behind. Dover was a big race for us, so it's a little bit different situation, but it's been nice to know that your brother's been kind of going through the same thing, and hopefully we'll just keep it going to the next round. Both of us will be in.
Final questions for Ty? All right, Ty, thanks for
Thank you.
joining us.